Good morning, everybody. My name is Lucas Kleinbeck, and my topic is the concept of credit and its effects. So let's get started. All credit is in the 1920s, for our sake, it's just if you walk into a store, you negotiate a deal for interest and monthly payments on an item with the store owner, and you walk out the brand new radio for pretty much free, I guess. Pay it back later. So what were consumers doing with credit? Consumers were buying automobiles left and right. It was a top seller in the 1920s. Henry Ford was making the assembly line popular, so they were just pushing out cars, and all these people had money to spend, and they were buying them. Credit allowed families to have an increased budget, which is self-explanatory. They have more money to spend, so they're going to go out and buy things that they want or need. Buy now, pay later, kind of an advertising slogan, a marketing scheme to get people to go out and buy credit and buy things. That was a big push, kind of something you'd hear back then a lot. And for mortgages, how that would work is most of the time you're paying interest. If you had, for example, if you had about like a 5-year loan, you'd be paying interest actually for monthly payments for most of those 5 years, and then at the end of those 5 years is when you would turn around and you would pay back that loan in full. Credit had a lot of effects in the 1920s. One of those was an economic boom. Just more people with credit, more people spending money, more items being made, more demand, just kind of led the economy to explode in a good way. That's why they call it the Roaring Twenties. By the end of the decade, about 60% of all the furniture that was bought with credit, and 75% of all radios that were bought using credit. And then also credit led to more consumer debt. You have more people who had free time, and they spent a lot of that free time buying things that they did not need and they could not afford, which just led to them going into debt. And then also it had a pretty big effect on the stock market because lots of people were buying stocks with credit. And how that would work is a stockbroker would pay for about 80 to 90% of that stock, and then you would just pay for the rest of it. And if that stock blew up, then it looks like you became a millionaire. So on my first slide, I have a video that just talks about credit, a way that they organized credit using like filing cabinets back in the 1920s. And then on my second slide, I just have a picture of an advertisement for an item back in the 1920s and kind of shows you how they tried to get people to use credit. Thank you.